How's it going, y'all? It's me, Space Cadet. Recently, Moist Critical displayed his YouTube earnings for the whole world to see. But before we get into that, remember to like it if you like it, sub if you want to, and let me know down below if you've seen his video. So recently, a couple of YouTubers have turned off their YouTube memberships and other ways to kind of give them money or donate money and stuff like that to the best of their ability. And these two YouTubers are Moist Critical and Linus Tech Tips. There might be more, those are the two that I know of. They've recently just got rid of pretty much most of the ways to just give them money. Moist Critical is the channel that I want to be focusing on primarily. They both kind of done it around the same time, but I believe Linus Tech Tips done it first, and then Moist Critical done it. And apparently there was a lot of people like backing up why they needed to have their channel memberships and stuff like that, saying that these people run businesses and they have different expenses for their channels, and they do more than just YouTube stuff, so they should have their memberships up and like other ways to give them money. And this caused Moist Critical to make a second video on the subject. But in this second video, he doubled down on his actions. He said he's not turning them back on. He doesn't need anybody to give him any more money. He won't be turning back on his YouTube memberships or anything like that. And he's not doing like member only content anymore. He's not doing none of that. And he's went through his Twitch to try to discourage people as much on there. I don't keep up with Twitch as much, but he's gone through his Twitch stuff to really discourage people from giving him money, trying to make it as hard as possible. Also, he breaks down his earnings from both his Twitch and his YouTube. He goes through his Twitch year by year, and he's made a pretty significant amount of money on Twitch. And then he shows his YouTube earnings, his total YouTube earnings, where he has made $35 million over the course of his YouTube career. And if you haven't seen his video on the topic, I really recommend going and checking them out. He breaks it down a lot better than I do, but I had no idea. I honestly didn't know you could make that much money off of YouTube. I knew you could make a lot. I knew you could make a lot off YouTube. People make a lot in the entertainment industry, I guess you can say, but that's a big number. That's a big number. And he wasn't showing this to brag or anything, but he was showing this to kind of break it down, because no one, really nobody of his caliber has, in to my knowledge, has ever shown their earnings, or really anything of this like magnitude, really, to kind of show that he's not going to turn his channel memberships or anything back on because he doesn't need to, clearly. Which is incredibly respectable in my opinion. That's I feel like being put in his situation would incentivize you more to keep them on, or at least in my mind. But I guess this was his way of saying that he's earned his fair share, and he doesn't want to continue taking from anybody else. Linus Tech Tips did like they kind of did the same thing and turned off their memberships and stopped incentivizing you to give them money, but they didn't break down their earnings like this. Now I just think it's interesting to see, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it a little. Remember to like it if you liked it, sub if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one.